Hello, this is the Kenyan Siasa. I am your host, Bali Odanadawa. The folks of the Kenyan Siasa, within the Kenyan political spheres, recently, there is an emerging possibility, there is an emerging imagination of President Kalonzo-Musyoka ticket with one Nairobi senator, Senator Edwin Sifuna, as the running mate. Senator Edwin Sifuna is the Secretary General for the Orange Democratic Party movement. And this will come out as abnormal, or for lack of better words, surprise, considering the fact that you know it very well that ODM party, which sponsors Senator Edwin Sifuna, is in the broad-based government supporting President William Ruto. And now, how comes that we are talking of a possibility of President Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka ticket with Edwin Sifuna as the running mate? For those of you who are conversant with the Kenyan political streets, it is an open secret that Edwin Sifuna, for a long time, has not been reading from the same script with the proponents of the broad-based government. Senator Sifuna, most of the time, is always making antagonistic moves targeted towards President William Ruto and the broad-based government, despite the fact that his sponsoring party, the Orange Democratic Party movement, is in the broad-based government, and the late Raila Amolo Odinga left the scene supporting President William Ruto. Now, for the past few weeks, there has been some dalliance, bromance surfacing within the political spheres, bringing together one Kalonzo Musyoka and Senator Sifuna. Nothing is impossible within the political spheres, and in politics, even one day can be a very long duration where drastic changes, great U-turns can take place. In this episode, we're just trying to analyze some of the pros of this candidate, of this ticket, a ticket where Honorable Kalonzo Stephen Musyoka is the presidential candidate with Edwin Sifuna as the running mate. Number one, we can say that looking at the positive side of it, Edwin Sifuna comes from the Luya community, the Bulembe Nation. Going by population, the Luya community is the second most populous community within Kenya, in the country of Kenya. This is after the Gikuyu community. Yes, there is that issue of lack of proper registration for voting, because normally, with regards to registered voters, the Gikuyu community normally comes at top, followed by the Kalenjin community. However, with regards to population, the Luya community is the second, then followed by the Kalenjin community. It's just that the Luya community, for a long since independence, have not been aggressive with regards to registration for voting and actually turnout. Now, what's the benefit of this ticket where Edwin Sifuna comes from the Mlembe Nation, teaming up with Kalonzo Musyoka? This might attract the Mlembe Nation, considering the fact that they'll be viewing within the camp of President William Ruto. If maybe Ruto has given the second position to another community, this other ticket of Kalonzo Musyoka might have a great attraction towards their direction, considering the fact that a son of their soil has been given the second in command. Therefore, this might sway them towards this ticket of Kalonzo-Sifuna and Senator Sifuna as the running mate. You know it very well that right now, President William Ruto has lost the support of the gamer community. And in the 2022 general elections, it is the gamer community that helped President William Ruto to secure the presidency. Because President William Ruto, apart from the Kalenjin, Rift Valley, the other part that he got substantial votes or a solid backing was within the Gamer Nation. And right now, since the exit of the immediate former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, the Gamer is speaking the language of one tongue. And in an event where they're presented with the presidency of William Ruto, and on the other side, the presidency ticket of Kalonzo-Musyoka, chances are very high that they will be swayed with the Kalonzo-Musyoka side. Now, taking into consideration that the Gamer Nation forms the huge voting bloc combined with the Mulembe Nation in an event that they'll be swayed by their son being the second in command, this can give President William Ruto a run for his money in the 2027 general elections. Another factor that might make this ticket to be lucrative is the fact that Sifuna is a young blood, vicious, vigorous firebrand. And on the other side, Kalonzo-Musyoka is a soft-spoken guy, gentleman, diplomatic. Therefore, this will balance the side of Kalonzo that isn't that bold with regards to shooting missiles. For lack of better words, we'll say that Sifuna will complement Kalonzo-Musyoka, and this will give this ticket a holistic or a universal appearance that will be very essential in hunting for votes in the 2027 general elections. Another factor that makes this ticket to be lucrative or attractive is the fact that there are some proponents of Raila Amolo Odinga or some supporters, they had fans of Raila Amolo Odinga who are not pleased by the move that the late Raila Amolo Odinga made by forming or entering into a working relationship with President William Ruto, forming the broad-based government. They're not happy, they're not comfortable with this broad-based government. In an event that they're presented with the presidency of President William Ruto and a presidential ticket of Kalonzo-Musyoka, chances are very high that they'll be swayed towards the Kalonzo-Musyoka side, considering the fact that Kalonzo-Musyoka stood with Raila and by Raila in the 2013 general elections in the coalition, and again in 2017 during the NASA coalition, and recently in the 2022 Azimio coalition. Therefore, there is this element of we owe Kalonzo something. It's time to rudisha mkono. So this might make this factor of this phenomenon also makes this ticket to be lucrative. And lastly, within the ODM fraternity, there is a faction of people, of politicians allied to the broad-based government. And again, on the other side, there is a faction that is not reading from the same script with President William Ruto. In an event that a presidential candidate possibility of one Stephen Kalonzo-Musyoka and Edwin Sifuna comes to fruition, chances are very high that they'll get swayed towards the Stephen Kalonzo-Musyoka presidential ticket. If folks of the Kenyan CSR, we reach the heart of this episode. For those of you who are subscribed to YouTube channel, the Kenyan CSR, we're humbled, we're glad, thank you. And for those of you who are not subscribed to YouTube channel, the Kenyan CSR, we beseech you to show us some love by subscribing, Then hit on the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload content. Remember that the Kenyan siasa is a pinnacle of the Kenyan political dynamics echelon dissection. Until next time, I'm Jabali, Udawa, and Adawa. Bye bye.